Previously on Baho.
Speaking alone was a perfect disinfectant from fear and aura. I remember one day they came home at lunchtime, went out to remove things from the car. He held my arm and pulled me behind the car. He reminded me that I shouldn't say something, and we rushed quickly to kiss. I was 15 years old. I ran back inside and told my elder cousin sister. She told my mother. So my aunt felt bad and brought him to apologize. Instead of apologizing as I had come to do, he threatened me again, asking why did I say that after all the warnings. It didn't go well and proved to me that telling won't help. Maybe not the first time, but speaking up consistently brings freedom. Sometimes the terrible experiences of our life robs off so bad that it's easy to sit there with the anger, the toxicity, and bitterness. To some extent, it can become part of your life, no longer a problem, but life. When you start telling the story, you feel tired, no more holding up to those feelings, like you have to revenge if possible. But at this time, I had met Jesus, though I was still struggling. I was advised to approach my uncle because we were in the same church and I couldn't take it anymore. If I had not approached him, how many years would I be going to wait for him to feel sorry and apologize because he has not yet done so? I took courage for my sake and approached him. I remember he had come home bringing the wedding invitation for my cousin's sister and sent for me. We sat in his car outside the gate. It was 11 a.m. in the morning. He gave me the card. I had spent months battling and weighing up the idea of forgiving him, but was scared to approach him, and here God had brought him. Praying in my heart, I said, I'm going to get baptized on Saturday. I want to be free once and for all. I forgive you, and whoever want to know what happened, I will tell. Okay, it's okay, was his comment. I knew if I say something, if I say anything, it would be dangerous for me. I could be killed, but I felt the presence of God with me. I knew God was going to protect me. You might be there also feeling you can't contemplate it unless you know the perpetrator is truly sorry for what he has done to you. What if it takes forever? But it gives peace if you let go. Trust me, I was not going to be alive if I was to wait for him. The other and the only person I was highly disappointed in was my mom. I never understood how she could be my real mother, not stepmother, and be that insensitive against me. I didn't relate to my uncle as a human being, so it was hard, but not so hard to forgive him. Only fear and anger against him. I didn't expect something good from him, so it was understandable to me to front his madness. But when my angel mother died, it was hard to cope directly with my biological mother. We had no connection at all. I suddenly found myself in a situation where I had to live with this complete foreigner. My mother, whom I hated so much, to me she was responsible for my fate. I was totally empty, completely alone and abandoned. Imagine, since my childhood, I less or never asked her for anything. What she didn't know I needed, I was very okay to be without. I avoided her as much as I could. We had a toxic relationship because she thought I was acting strange, but she never knew who I was or what I was passing through. And what tells me that I didn't hate her is that I could appraise her to my friends, telling them how good is my mother, that she's my hero, my best friend, and it wasn't the truth. The truth is that that's what I needed from her. I was hurting and needed her to rescue me, but she never knew me on this side. She never really knew who I was. And I realized I was that kind of child who was always searching for love, affection, and attention, and somebody to say, you're worthy. You might be there also with the child or a relative who is always withdrawing, lonely, stubborn. Well, he or she might be doing all those to get your attention. Please sacrifice your time. She's likely to be hurting help, and it's only availing yourself for her to feel some warmth, approval, and security. On the other side, most of us have in our mind what we would want our parents, guardians, friends to be, but they aren't that. They are also humans with much responsibilities, limitations, weaknesses, and their past might be still costing them much. My mom's mental health is still really bad. Yeah, we have reconciled, I forgave her, but the long-lasting effect on her have been significant. I feel like I didn't tell her everything I had to say. So let me use this opportunity again to tell you, Mom, I love you and I thank you for the gift of life. Now I understand everything. You are alone and sick when you gave birth to me. It was never easy for you. I grew up seeing you struggling to take care of all of us beyond your experience and capacity. I know that it was hard. No matter what, I know you always did the best you knew how to do, even though it wasn't all I needed. My lovely auntie, my siblings, and my whole family, stop feeling guilty of not protecting me. It wasn't your fault. You are all too good to be judged. Now I've grown. I live and I understand everything. I love you all. The last crucial person to forgive was myself. I hated and blamed myself too much. If it was possible, I could take my life. I had to understand and accept that I must live regardless of what happened. I didn't want to abide anymore on the idea that I'm guilty of whatever happened, and I lived like an animal all my life. That miserable lifestyle had to be stopped by me, so I started finding reasons to appreciate myself. Was there any? I could not see anything good on or in me. But when I forgave myself because I had not been taking a good care of myself, I accepted to be who I am and change who I was. I found peace. I decided not to give my past a chance to hold me a prisoner again. Forgiving doesn't exonerate the perpetrator, neither does it justify their behavior, but it helps us. It helped me. When I forgave, I became new. I became a better version of me. I became a better person. Even after people disappointed me, the trusted ones, the believers, it kind of destroyed me, but I forgave and I no longer hold grudges to anyone for anything or any situation. Forgiveness is not only a tactic for conflict resolution, but is also a sure deal cure of a broken heart.
Follow us on our social media platforms and watch out for more on our next episode.